Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to Jargon Free Help. Last week we met Mark Shaw from markshaw.biz. He gave us a lot of advice on Twitter, and some of you have actually written to me saying that Twitter is now really working for you. Now, it works for me. It has been working. I've been following Mark's advice, and thanks to you, you've been following me, some of you anyway, and you can do that by going onto our website and clicking onto the link to follow me on Twitter, or you can actually find me on twitter.com/jargonfreehelp. And as I said, it really does work for me. It has driven traffic to my website, so it's working, and we're also having a bit of fun with it as well. Now, speaking of fun, there are things that using the web is actually very, very useful, and it is fun. But if you've got children, you know just how dangerous that can be as well. And it's something that I get asked about all the time. How can I keep my kids safe online? And really, well, there isn't a 100% way to do this. You do have to be vigilant, and there are many things that you can do. Now, these are only some of the things that I'm going to mention that you should actually do. One of them is put the computer that's connected to the internet that the kids are using in a room, family room, facing in towards the room so you can actually see what they're doing. Keep an eye on what they're doing. Give them breaks as well and see what they've been searching on. If you see something they've been searching on and it's in their history and you don't like it, get rid of it. It's really important. Also, surf with your kids. Actually find sites that are very good for them, and there are many out there. There's Ask Jeeves for kids, there's Yahooligans too. There's many out there, and I've got a list of them on the website. You can actually go to them and use them. When you find a good website for your children, actually put it as one of their favorites and let them actually go to it. But regularly check and surf with them and see what they're doing. There really is no 100% way to keep them safe. If you do see anything on there that you do actually find disturbing, or that they've been contacted through an unsolicited source, then please report it to your internet service provider, that's your ISP. There is also DirectGov and many other government websites that will point you in the direction of how to keep you safe online. Now, you could install filtering software such as NetNanny and Cybersitter. They're very useful. They're not 100% safe, as mentioned before. You do need to regularly keep them up to date as well. So please do keep that in mind. Also, bear in mind that Google has safe search options. You can go into there and put those in as well, which will help. And also YouTube has a safety center. You should go to that and set those on there too. The other thing is, when your kids are online, you do need to be aware that they shouldn't give away their identity, their gender, and where they live. You must be really careful and try and teach them these kind of things. Obviously, you do have a problem. There is a school of thought of saying to your children, don't look at certain things, but kids are curious, and if you tell them too often not to look at certain things, they'll probably go away and then find it. So you're probably better off trying to teach them to look at the good things and not actually mention some of the others. But they do need to be aware that if they do get something inappropriate, if they are approached by somebody they don't know, they must tell you and you must deal with it as well. This is really, really important. There are a lot of people out there pretending to be people who they aren't. Don't at any point encourage your kids to meet those people outside of your home or even get them round to your home. And it's really important to keep your identity secret on those sites. There are many people out there trying to trick people. Now, the other thing you do have to be aware of as well is cyberbullying. Many of us know about bullying. We've sort of seen it at school or experienced it ourselves, and sometimes even in the workplace. What differentiates bullying from cyberbullying is in the digital world, and it can happen at any time. And it can be by text, it can be by Facebook, it can be by people impersonating who you are, creating photographs, superimposing you onto a photograph where you don't belong, and using things like that. It is a real threat and it must be dealt with. Please do not tolerate this at all. Again, if you see this, contact the authorities, contact the schools and the people that might be involved. Unlike bullying, this can follow you around 24 hours a day. It's very, very serious. There's a lot of campaigns about it. Please look on government websites. I can tell you that it's on DirectGov and also the BBC as well. They do too have information on this cyberbullying. Please deal with it and please protect your children. So these are only some tips in trying to keep your kids safe online. Now, really, the only way to deal with this is to be vigilant. I have a number of nephews and nieces, and I like to know what they're looking at, and my brother and sisters all check on what they're doing. This is really one of the only ways that you can make sure, with all the software out there, this is really the only way to deal with it. So that is more or less a little rundown of what you can do with keeping kids safe online. I have got a PDF that I've put on the website with more information. Please have a look at it. please pay attention to what your kids are doing. I hope that answers some of your questions. And now we're going to take a look at this week's App of the Week. This week's App of the Week is WhatsApp. It's a bit like text messaging, except you can add audio notes to it as well, photographs and so on, and it works through 3G or your Wi-Fi. Sometimes I find it a bit faster than using it through my text messaging through my provider. So it's actually very handy, and you can follow a chat along with it too. It's available for the iPhone, so check it out. It's called WhatsApp. And now a quick look at what this week's new tutorials are. It turns out that Access is one of our most popular tutorials. I've put in queries and reports in there as well as some of these tutorials. Next week, we're going to be taking a look at speeding up your broadband, so come back and join us next week. Thanks for watching.